Hello and a very big welcome to you all in the session Problem Solving and Python Programming Unit First Algorithmic Problem Solving. Guys, in this session we will cover complete Unit First Algorithmic Problem Solving, multiple choice question and answer for your upcoming examination, and agenda of the session is firstly we start with algorithm, then flowchart, after that designing flowchart, and then pseudo code. So now without any further delay, let us get started today's session. First topic is algorithms. In this first question is the word blank space comes from the name of a Persian mathematician Abu Jafars Muhammad. Here correct answer is option C, algorithm. The word algorithm comes from the name of a Persian mathematician Abu Jafar Muhammad. He was a great scientist and produced vastly influential works in mathematics, astronomy, and geography, and many other fields. Next question. In computer science, algorithm refers to a special method usable by a computer for the solution to a problem. So, in simple terms, this line says that algorithm is a method to solve a particular problem with the help of computer. Okay, so guys, this statement is true. Algorithm just refers to a special method, and a specific method, you can say that it's used by a computer for the solution to a problem. I mean to solve a particular problem. Yes, this statement is true. The statement of the problem specifies in general terms the desired input and output relationship. Okay, so guys, algorithm is what? Algorithm is a finite set of steps to solve a particular problem with the help of computer. Next question. This characteristics often draws the line between what is feasible and what is impossible. Option A, performance. Option B, system evaluation. Option C, modularity. And option D, reliability. Correct answer is option A, performance. Algorithm helps us to understand scalability and the performance of an algorithm or a pseudocode, a source code, draw a line between what is feasible solution and what is not feasible solution. It may be impossible solution. Okay, so performance is the characteristics of algorithm, and performance characteristics draws the line between what is feasible, means what is exist, and what is impossible. Next question. The time that depends on the input, an already shorted sequence that is easier to short. Option C, running time. Because running time depends on the input of your source code. Input means your algorithm, your source code. An already shorted sequence is easier to short. The running time is given by the size of the input, since short sequences are easier to short than the longer ones. Generally, we seek upper bounds on the running time because it's reliable. Guys, running time and upper bounds, both terms from the complexity measurement of an algorithm. Okay, and running time of an algorithm depends on the input which you provide for the computer to solve a particular problem. Next question. Which of the following is incorrect? Algorithm can be represented by as a pseudocodes. Yes. Option C as programs. Yes. And option D as flowchart. Yes. You can represent algorithm can be as a pseudocode, can be as a program, and can be as a flowchart, but not to be syntax. Option B is incorrect here because syntax is a part of your program, your source code. It's not to be an algorithm. That's why option B is incorrect. Next question. When an algorithm is written in the form of a programming language, it becomes a blank space. when an algorithm is written in the form of a programming language. So guys, programming language is like a dependent code for a particular language. Okay, when you design a solution in a programming language, maybe C, Java, Python, maybe possible other people can understand your code and cannot be understand your code. So it's a dependent solution of any problem. And when an algorithm is what? Algorithm is an independent solution of a problem. It's easily understandable by anyone. But programming source code is not. That's why option B, program, is correct here. When an algorithm is written in the form of a programming language, it becomes a program. And that's why you can say that any program is an algorithm. Next question. Any algorithm is a program is true or false? Here correct answer is option B, false. Don't be confused. In both line, any program is an algorithm. Any algorithm is not a program, because you know very well algorithm is a independent solution of a particular problem, or program is a dependent solution of a problem. So guys, an algorithm is represented in the form of a programming language is called a program. But any program is an algorithm, but the reverse is not true. Means any algorithm is not a program. Next question. A system wherein items are added from one and removed from the other end. Here, option A is stack, option B queue, option C linked list, and option D array. Here, correct answer is option B, queue. Queue is a data structure and a system wherein items are added from one end and removed from the other end. So here, correct answer is option B, queue. In queue data structure, the items are inserted from the rear end and deleted from the front end. Next question. Another name for 1D arrays. Option A linear arrays, option B list, option C horizontal array, and option D vertical array. Correct answer is option A linear arrays. Linear arrays are the one-dimensional array wherein only one row is present and the items are inserted just like this. This is a linear array, and in this only one row is present in this way and the items are inserted. Okay. Next question. A data structure that follows the FIFO principle. FIFO stands for first in first out principle. Option A, queue. Queue is correct here. LL is what? LL is here linked list. Queue data structure follows FIFO principle, first in first out. Okay guys, so it's all about our first topic, algorithms. Now next topic, flowchart. Okay guys, so in the flowcharts, first question is the symbol this is denotes. Here guys, this symbol is, guys look at the symbol. The symbol is rounded from the corners and otherwise it's a rectangle. Okay guys, so this type of symbols in flowchart is known as terminal symbol, and it's used for indication of start and stop nodes of a program. Means you can express an algorithm, a program with the help of flowchart. So you can always start and end with terminal symbol, and terminal symbol look like this. Okay. Next question. In computer science, algorithm refers to a pictorial representation of a flow chart. So in computer science, algorithm refers to a pictorial representation. Totally wrong guys, false statement, because in computer science flowchart refers to a pictorial representation, जहाँ पर आप symbols use करते हैं algorithm का procedure show करने के लिए, algorithm execution show करने के लिए. Okay, next question. The process of drawing a flowchart for an algorithm is called flow charting. Option D is correct, and in this question it's the name suggests process of drawing a flow chart known as flow charting. Okay, a flow chart is nothing but It's a pictorial representation of an algorithm. Next question. Actual instructions in flowcharting are represented in boxes. With the help of boxes, you can represent the actual instructions are used in the algorithm in flowcharts. So guys, you know the actual instructions are written in boxes in your flowchart, and boxes are connected by using arrows to indicate the exact flow of a flowchart. Arrow is like this. इस टाइप से आप एरो रिप्रेजेंट करते हैं फ्लो चार्ट में, and the order in which they are to be executed. Okay, next question. The following box denotes. The following box denotes, guys, this box is known as diamond shape box, and in the flow chart, diamond shape box denotes the decision making statements. It jumps to a truth value or a false value in your flow chart. Next question. A box that can represent two different conditions. Option A rectangle, option B diamond, option C circle, and option D parallelogram. Correct answer is option B diamond. A diamond box that can represent two different conditions. It can be true and it can be false. A diamond shaped box denotes either a truth value or a false value. It jumps onto two different statements following it via flow lines. It may be true and it may be false. Okay, like this. Next question. There should be certain set standards on the amount of detail that should be provided in a flowchart. No. Here, correct answer is option B, false. This statement is false because there should be no set standards on the amount of details that should be provided in a flowchart. Next question. A detailed flowchart is called, option C is correct here, micro. A detailed flowchart is called micro flowchart. Micro flowchart represents all the components of the algorithm that is followed in the whole algorithm. Okay, and a detailed flowchart or a flowchart with more detail is called as micro flowchart. That's why option C is correct here. Next question. Which of the following is not an advantage of a flowchart? Option A, better communication. Option B, efficient coding. Option C, systematic testing. And option D, improper documentation. So guys, option D, improper documentation is incorrect answer here because improper documentation is not an advantage of a flowchart because flowcharts provides a proper documentation. It also provides systematic debugging. Okay, so guys, with the help of flowchart, you can better communicate your algorithm and explain well to anyone else. Option B is also correct, efficient coding. Option B, it's an advantage of flowchart, that is efficient coding. In the flowchart, coding is very efficient and it's very short, and flowchart is easily understood by anyone. Option C, systematic testing. With the help of flowchart of any algorithm, you can easily perform systematic testing and debug the algorithm. Okay, so here correct answer is option D, improper documentation. Next question, a flowchart that outlines the main segments of a program is called as macro flowcharts. Don't be confused in the macro and micro flowchart. Macro flowchart outlines the important components of a program, not to be all components, and it therefore shows fewer details. Fewer details means not to be all details, only important details. Now, next topic is designing flowchart. In this first question is a blank space is diagram that depicts the flow of a program. Correct answer is option D, flowchart. Flowchart is diagram that depicts the flow of a program. Okay, because flowchart is a diagram that helps us determine the flow of the program. Okay, next question. Terminals are represented by diagonals in a flowchart. This statement is true or false? This statement is false because terminals are represented by rounded rectangles. They indicate the starting or ending point in a flowchart. Next question. The operation represented by parallelograms. Here, correct answer is option A, input and output. Input and output operations represented by a parallelograms in the flowchart. They generally are used to display messages during input and output part of a program. Next question. Which of the following is not a flowchart structure? Option A, process. Option B, sequence. Option C, repetition. And option D, case. Here, correct answer is option A, process. Because process is a different thing from the sequence, repetition and case. There are basically four flowcharting structures and they are maybe decisions. Decision involves in the flowchart if one condition is true or false, like that. Second structure is repetition. Yes, repetition is allow, and repetition is the structure of flowchart. It may be repetition of code are included in your flowchart. Option C, cases. Different cases are involved in your flowchart. And option D, sequence. Your flowchart is always in an sequential manner. Okay, but process is not a part of flowchart structures. Flowchart is what? Flow of execution of your flowchart of your source code. Okay, option A is correct here. Next question. The action performed by a blank space structure must eventually cause the loop to terminate. Here correct answer is option C, repetition. The action performed by a repetition structure must eventually cause the loop to terminate. Guys, in the flowchart, you can represent repetition with the help of loops, maybe while loop, maybe for loops, and this action performed by a repetition structure, it must eventually cause the loop to terminate. Means terminate the particular statement. Otherwise, an infinite loop is created. Okay. Next question. The following symbol denotes. This symbol denotes option A, module. This symbol is that of a module because the terminal is denoted by a rounded rectangle, input output operation by a parallelogram, and process by a rectangle. In the flowchart, this symbol denotes module. Next question. What type of a structure is this? In this, guys, look at this structure. Here, for example, some conditions are given in the diamond box, and after that, if the condition is true, it again check this condition. Yes, okay. And if the condition is false, means no, so it goes further in the flowchart. Okay, so guys, this is what? This is a repetition structure because in this the condition is checked again and again until the particular loop is not terminate. Okay, so guys, this is the repetition structure. Option C, repetition, is correct here. And the action performed by a repetition structure must eventually cause the loop to terminate this. Otherwise, an infinite loop is created. Next question. What type of a structure in this? Guys, for example, here some code is given here, and according to this code, different cases are given. Maybe this case is true, maybe this case, maybe second case is true, maybe third case is true, maybe fourth case is true. So guys, this is the structure of case. This is a case structure. Certain cases are given along with a default case in the case structure. Guys, for example, case structure are used in a simple calculator programs. For example, you have two values, a is equal to something, b is equal to something. So guys, four case and more than four cases are exist for this calculation. For example, you wanna perform addition of two numbers, you wanna perform multiplication of two numbers, this is case second, and you wanna perform division of two numbers. So guys, in this way, different cases are exist. So this is the certain cases are given along with the default case in the case structure. This is default case and they are certain cases belongs to this default case. Next question. A blank space is a connector showing the relationship between the representative shapes. Correct answer is option B, arrow. In the flowchart, arrows is a connector that shows the relationship between the representative shapes. Arrows are the connectors that shows the relationship between different shapes in the flowchart. They also shows the flow of a program. Okay. Next question. The following box denotes. So guys, this box it denotes for decision making, and conditions are given in the box, and then the result is checked accordingly if the condition is true or false. Next, let's proceed. Next, we start. Now, next topic of the session. This is pseudo code. In this, your first question is keep the statement language blank space while writing a pseudo code. Correct answer is option B, independent. The statement's language should be independent. Other rules are to write only one statement per line and end multi-line structures. Guys, pseudocode pseudocode is the rough idea and a solution of any particular problem. It's not a final solution. Final solution is your source code, your algorithm. So guys, keep the statement language independent. Independent means independent language is understandable by everyone. For example, English language. Okay. So keep the statement language independent while writing a pseudocode of any particular to solve any particular problem, and other rules are to write any one statement per line and end multi-line structures in the pseudocode. Next question. Capitalize initial keyword. This is a rule while writing a pseudocode. Yes, initial keyword should be capitalized in the pseudocode. This statement is true. And guys, it's an important rule to capitalize the initial keyword while writing a pseudocode. Next question. Which of the following is not a keyword? Capitalize the initial keyword while writing a pseudocode. Next question. Which of the following is not a keyword? So guys, start. Start is not a keyword. Other words like read, write and if, they all are the preserved keyword in Python language, and the name suggests they are preserved word by the Python language. That's why they are convey a special meaning in it. Okay. Next question. Blank space is used to show hierarchy in a pseudocode. Option A, indentation. Option B, curly braces. Option C, round brackets. And option D, semicolon. Correct answer here is option A, indentation. Indentation is used to show in a pseudocode. It's like this. Okay guys. So इस तरह से आपका प्रोग्राम पाइथन में या फिर अदर लैंग्वेजेस में इन ईच एंड एवरी लैंग्वेजेस में एक आइडेंटिटेशन फॉलो करता है. उसकी हेल्प से क्या होता है, आप इजीली अपने कोड को अंडरस्टैंड कर पाते हैं. ईच डिजाइन स्ट्रक्चर यूजेस ए पर्टिकुलर आइडेंटिटेशन पैटर्न. Identification should be considered in the following case: in the case of sequence, in the case of selection, and in the case of loop in each and every language. Next question. The statement that tells the computer to get a value from an input device and store it in a memory location. Correct answer is option C, read statement. The read statement is used to take the input. Read being a keyword should be in capital letters in the Python letters. Next question. Blank space are identified by their addresses. We give them names filled, for example, filled names, variable names using words. Here, correct answer is option B, memory locations. Memory locations are identified by their addresses in your program. Give them names using words descriptive to us, such as CTR, as opposed to a location addresses such as 19088. Okay. Next question. Blank space begins with lowercase letters. Here, correct answer is option B, variables. Variables begin with lowercase letters in any language, and they contain no spaces, and they also involve the consistent use of names, and it should not be start with a number or any special character. Okay, next question. Another notation for exponential in the programming language is option B, double star. Guys, in general languages, we use this sign to show exponentials. Okay, means the power. For example, 2 to the power 5. How can you describe it? Just 2. This is exponential symbol, and then 5. Okay, so this is what 2 to the power 5. But in the languages, in the Python, exponential notation is 2 times star sign, asterisk sign. Okay, option B. So in the Python, how to find exponential of two numbers? It's very simple. 2 double star like this, and then 5. So in this way you can find exponential in the programming language. So option B is correct here. Next question is symbol used for grouping. In the Python, the parenthesis symbol is used for grouping. Parenthesis is used for grouping while working with fields. There are other symbols like asterisk, plus, minus, 2 times asterisk, etc. Next question, a statement used to close the if block is and if. Option D is correct here, because it's used to close the if block, and if statement should be in line with the if statement. Okay, and it follows correct indentation in your code. Okay guys, so it's all about unit 1 revision for your upcoming examination in Python. I hope you like the video. If you want any help, let me know in comment section. Thanks for watching this video. See you in the next video. Till now, stay tuned and make sure to subscribe to my channel for more updates. Bye bye.